Fairview Yellow Jackets Coaches Show. I am Coach Chris Hughes, and I'm here with one of our really good senior players, Bobby Bock. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing good.
Doing well. All right, Bobby Bock had a really good game this week. He's had several good games, and he's a little camera shy, so he's going to be working through this with me today. We are going to be talking about the Spring Hill game. We lost to Spring Hill 24-9. It was our second loss on the season. Brings our record to 4-2. Spring Hill was a very good team, very athletic. We actually had a lead early in the game thanks to Bobby and the defense. Some things about the game that you'd want to know if you haven't seen it or if you just watched. The defense for Fairview played very well, but the offense could not generate any points. We lost 24-9. The points came off an interception by Bobby for a touchdown and a safety by, who had that safety?
Nate, I think.
Caleb Duke.
Caleb
Duke, and someone else was in on it too, maybe Nate. We had 9 points on the defensive side, did not score on the offensive side, struggled a little bit. So we're going to talk about that. First of all, Spring Hill is a 4A team, and that doesn't make it any easier to lose or make it feel any better, Bobby, but we do realize that they have a few more athletes to choose from than we do, and we gave a good effort, I thought, on Friday night, especially without some key players. We had a lot of key players missing, but one in particular that hurt us. Who hurt us really bad not being there, you think? Ethan Cassidy is the starting linebacker and fullback, and without him, we're a little more finesse and not quite as much power. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
And it helped, defensively, he helps a lot too.
Yeah.
Although you stepped up in his place and played pretty well. Let's talk about Spring Hill first, Bobby. Which athletes on that team kind of stood out to you on the offensive and defensive side? What numbers do you remember?
On the offense, number 46. He's real fast.
Real fast?
Yeah. And on defense, I'd say number 1.
Number 1, blitzed a lot, made some plays. 22, and they had another big running back, 25. Seemed like they had about 10 running backs, didn't it? It seemed like every time we turned around, someone else was running at us, just as good as the back that came out. That's what I noticed, and that was also the scouting report I had got on them. Let's talk about the defense for a minute, Bobby. What is working so well with the Yellow Jackets defense right now? Why are we're against Harpeth and Spring Hill, we seem to put together a solid performance on the defensive side of the ball, which you are on both sides of the ball. But the defense really seems to be playing well right now. What do you attribute that to? What do you think?
I think it's mainly our defensive line because we have a lot of athletes on that line. Mm-hmm. And,
eating up blocks, keeping you guys free behind them.
Yeah, and we run 6-2s and 5-3s and stuff like that. It really works for us.
Keeps them off balance, mixing it up. Mm-hmm. Doing a lot of stunting and blitzing too. Yeah. It seems like people are staying in their gaps, doing their responsibility. The only thing I see that we need to work on is probably a little bit more physical tackling. But I thought the defense is playing really well. The offense has failed to generate points now in 6 quarters, and since I'm the offensive coordinator, I would be the one responsible for that. We're moving the ball, especially through the air, but we haven't been able to punch it into the end zone. Why do you think the offense is struggling a little bit right now?
Well, I think we haven't really been staying on our blocks that long.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just hit and release.
Right. So I think we need to stay on our blocks a little longer.
Good.
And we may mix it up a little more than we have in the past too. I think teams have scouted us a little better now. They kind of know, try to take Daniel and you and Devin out of the equation, and we've got to find some other things. Alex made some big catches this last game.
Yeah, he did.
I thought some people that played really well on the defense side. Wayne Jaworski had a good game. Had several sacks and made some big plays. Okay, now let's look at we'll talk about our next opponent after we look at the video from this game, Bobby. I want to say this. This is probably the play we're about to see is one of the best reaction plays. And Bobby was coached by Coach Simmons, our defensive coordinator, that this was a play they like to run. But Bobby reads this play and makes a great interception to give us a lead. And, man, the momentum got on our side quick then, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I think it helped keep that score to the way it was because our crowd got energized. I got energized. I know you did, fired up. Let's walk us through this play, Bobby. Tell us what happened.
Well, right here, Coach Simmons tells me to go inside, and I read it and just take it to the house.
Take it to the house. That means he scores a touchdown. What do we call that, Bobby?
Pick six.
Pick six. It's a pick six when you intercept a pass and run it for a touchdown because we get 6 points. And Bobby did that. That was an absolute great play and a great read by Bobby. And Coach Simmons did a good job of smelling that too coming. Our defense had several good plays, so I want to show a couple more because sometimes the defense gets overlooked in a otherwise offensive game. Logan Cavender and Wayne Jaworski played defensive ends for us this game, and they both did an excellent job. So I want to show one play from each of those, and then we'll start talking about our next opponents. This is, if you'll look right through here and walk us through, Logan coming inside.
Logan comes in unblocked and just takes him down the backfield for a loss.
Takes him down. And Logan's a very physical player for a sophomore, and he's been helping us a lot at end. The very next play, and it was actually subsequent to this, the quarterback, Brock Lovelace for Spring Hill, is a touted quarterback. He's pretty well respected. He didn't complete a pass against us. They did run for over 300 yards, but he did not complete a pass, and the only completion he had was to you. The rest were incomplete. So we did a great job of shutting down their passing game, but they didn't pass a whole lot once they figured that out. I think 7 or 8 times they ran the ball because that's what they were able to do. Let's look at Wayne. He put some pressure on Brock all night. Let's watch this play right here, Bobby. Kind of tell us what you see Wayne do here.
He's a defensive end right there. Just fights through a block and just tears his head off.
Tears his head off. Threw him down in the backfield. He actually took that block on, knocked the guy down.
Yeah.
And that's how we teach people. We teach our players to run through that block. And Wayne did an excellent job there. He's very strong for his size. So he took it on, and we lost this game 24-9, but we had a lot of good things come out of it. The only bad things that came out of it is we're kind of banged up right now. And when I say banged up, Bobby's played every game, just about every down of every game. But his hand is kind of banged up. We had a couple of other key injuries to key players. We held Ethan out this game, and we don't know his status for this coming week. So the opponent's coming up. Bobby, give us a little insight about Giles County. What have you heard about Giles County?
I've heard a lot of things about their quarterback and running back especially.
Okay.
And, well, they're going to be the best team to play all year.
Okay.
So,
we got to bring our A game, don't we?
Yeah. All
right, and he's exactly right. Giles County quarterback Bo Wallace is a highly touted quarterback. They have a really good running back, too. Do you know the running back's name? I do, and I'm losing it right now. I guarantee you Coach Simmons knows. But their defense is also very disciplined and fast, and they are going to be a real tough challenge. Giles County is one of the top 2 teams in the state in 4A, and we are a 3A school, and we're going to go up there and give a good effort, as good as we can, and hope to come away with a win. We're definitely going up there with that as our goal, right? Mm-hmm. It would be a huge win for Fairview and the program, and for you as a senior, that would be something to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
So I hope we can give Giles County a good struggle, and then we have Page right after that. So it doesn't get much easier. Mm-hmm. This is a tough road stretch we're on. The good thing is we came in 4-1. We're 4-2 now, going to Giles County. A tough task ahead of us, but we're going to give a good effort. And if things go well, and what the last thing I'd like to say is, Giles County has one of the nicest stadiums, probably the nicest we'll play in this year. They have a press box from 30-30. They have a great field. It's a great atmosphere, and I would love for all of you to come out and make the trip down to Pulaski, Tennessee. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive, but I hope to see a lot of you there. I think the fans getting behind us will help. I know that Bobby will have some fans in attendance, and I hope that we'll get a lot of students out too to help support the team. So that's it for this week's show. Bobby, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I look forward to a good game out of you this week. Chris Hughes, this is Bobby Bock, and we'll see you next week on the Fairview Yellow Jackets Coaches Show. Thank you.